Assalam-o-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to start Arabic Tutor. This book is actually in 4 volume with total 75 chapters and overall I think around 1200 pages. But oh, sorry, I was distracted with the message. Now I'm back. So, I was telling you that this book has total 4 volumes with 75 chapters and around 1200 pages. So, this is a very long book, but still very important, or you can say that as your beginning journey, the starting journey, this book is one of the most important and recommended book which will aid you and help you in learning Arabic language with a more precisely and the easiest way. And I'm not boasting or exaggerating anything if I tell you that once you're done with all the 75 chapter of this book, you will be at least 90% confident in Arabic language, whether it comes to translation, speaking, or understanding the Arabic. That's the importance of this book in our course. And the method I have selected to continue with you is first I will read the whole book. I will not explain you anything in between. First I will read and then I will summarize the whole chapter for you in a notes in the simple format. Two things. Third one, at the end of every chapter there are few exercises which I will be explaining during the session, but I recommend you when I am about to start explaining you the exercises, pause the video, try to solve these exercises on your own and then get checked with my videos how I solve those exercises and where you missed the part. So let's start. Lesson 1, words and the types of word. As we already know, in Arabic language there are 3 words which makes the complete Arabic language. One is ism, another one is fail, and the last one is a harf. So today we are going to learn about the words, it means ism, fail and harf, and its types. A word having meaning. A word having meaning is called kalima, and it is of the 3 types: ism, fail and harf. In Arabic language, the kalima is known as single word and kalam is known as a sentence. Today we are talking about a single word, that is kalima, and the kalima are of 3 types in Arabic language: ism, fail and harf. And comparatively with Arabic grammar, these ism, fail and harf is known as noun, verb and particle respectively as compared to English grammar. Now, what is ism? Ism is independent of other words in indicating its meaning. It also does not have any tense. Example: rajulun, man; hamidun, a specific name; zarbun, hit; tayyibun, good; huwa, he; ana, I. So now here the definition of ism. What is ism? Ism is a word which indicates is its independent meaning. Independent meaning means when you translate the word ism in any other language, you will be able to get the exact meaning, and in understanding that meaning you do not require any other Arabic words. So, ism is an independent meaning which is totally capable of conveying its individual meaning without getting aid from any other Arabic words like ism, like other any other ism or fail or harf. For example, and also one more important thing, that in the translation of ism there is no tense inside it. Yet we will be able to understand the meaning, but we will not be able to understand the time in which that meaning exists or refer. For example, when I am saying rajulun, rajulun means man. So rajulun is Arabic word which gives a meaning of man, and it is independently. We are not adding any other word to get the meaning of rajulun as a man, but still that man word do not give you the idea about the time in which the rajulun means man occurred, whether it is past, present or future. Same goes with the Hamid, same goes with Zarbun, same goes with Tayyibun, same goes with the Huwa and Ana. All these words are giving us the meaning, but they all are lack of tense. Now you may be wondering that why Zarbun here is ism. Zarbun is an action. It means hit. Hitting is an action. Then why we are calling it a ism? So there are two main reasons why we are calling Zarbun as a ism. One main reason is having the sign of ism. Tanween is a sign of ism. That's why we are calling it a ism. But when it comes to the translation, when it comes to the understanding, this zarbun does give the action meaning, but it also lack the tense. And when a word do not have any tense, even though that word is giving us the meaning of action, or something happened or something occurred, it doesn't make it that word a fail. So it means a word which does not have any tense is 100% ism. Now let's come to the next topic. A fail is a word that indicates some action together with one of the three tenses. Example: zaraba, he hit; zahaba, he went; yazhabu, he is going or he will go. So what is fail? Fail is a word that indicates some action, whether action occurred in past, present or future. Why? Because fail is also independent in conveying its in the delivery of its meaning, but the fail required one of the three tenses, that is past, present or future. In Arabic we say mazi, hal and mustaqbil respectively. So when we are translating the fail, a fail must exist only with a tense. If there is no tense, there is no existence of fail. For example, when I am saying zaraba, he hit, the translation itself explaining that the hitting action occurred in past. When I am saying yazhabu, the translation is still explain us explicitly that something he is going now in present or he will go in future. All these translation does have a tenses which tell us about the time in which that action occurred. Now we have a harf. A harf is a word whose meaning cannot be understood without ism or fail. Example: min, which means from; ala, which means on; fi, which means in; ila, which means till. Harf is a word which do not convey or deliver its exact meaning without getting help from any ism or fail. It means harf do not provide us its independent meaning. Its meaning can only be understood when we are adding harf with either ism or fail. For example, there are four examples of harf given here: min, ala, fi, ila. But if even we are translating min ala fi ila, it does not make any sense. To understand the exact meaning of all these harf, what we use ila with a proper sentence with ism and fail. Only then we will be able to understand the exact meaning of harf. Now, the types of noun or the types of ism. So, as we have already learned about this topic in our earlier warm-up session, that a ism can have a multiple types based on a different things. There are types of ism based on gender, based on quantity, based on proper and common, based on era, based on being marif and nakira and all other types, like based on origin and all. Today we are going to learn about the types of ism based on being proper and common, that is marifa and nakira, being definite and indefinite. Nouns are of two types, marifa, a definite one, nakira, the indefinite one. What is indefinite noun? An indefinite noun is a word which refers to a general thing. The word rajulun, a man, does not refer to any specific person. It can refer to any person. The word tayyibun does not refer to any particular good thing. Every good thing can be called tayyibun. So, nakera, the indefinite noun, is a word which does not tell us about something specific. Even after hearing the word, we may not be able to get the exact idea or extract the exact information what the speaker is trying to tell us. For example, if I tell you bring me a book, so when I'm saying bring me a book, I'm not giving you the much information or the specific information about the book I am trying to get. So this means if even if you bring any kind of book, my intention will be fulfilled. So here the book is a nakira or an indefinite word which does not give you the exact meaning or the specific meaning. The word rajulun means a man. It can be any man. Tayyibun means good. It can be anything which can be good. So there is nothing specific in all this translation. But just opposite to the nakira, there is a marifa, the definite noun. A definite noun refer to a specific things. Like Zaid is a marifa, name of a particular person. If I tell you call Zaid, you are not going to call Umar, Bakar, Fatima and Muhammad or any other names. You are going to call someone named Zaid because I told you that I want the Zaid specifically. When I tell you Makkah, it means you are not going to understood by Makkah any other state or any other city. You know what Makkah is. It means when the speaker tell you something which gives you the exact idea of what he intended, that is marifa. Now we have different types of marifa. There are total 7 types of marifa in Arabic language. One is Ismul Alam. Ismul Alam means a proper noun, like all the names in Arabic language, either that is the name of a person, place, or thing. All these are specific and marifa in Arabic language. Then we have Zamir. Zamir is a pronoun. Of course, the pronoun only used in the place of noun, proper noun. So, pronoun is also marifa. So, from huwa to nahnu, all these pronouns all these zamir are marifa. Third one is isma ishara, the demonstrative pronoun like haza, this, zaka, that, or those, these. I have already explained you the table earlier in the other book, but still in the notes I will be explaining you all these things inshallah again for your recall. Then we have al-ismul mawsul, that is the relative pronoun like allazi, allati. Then we have munada, the vocative case like ya rajulu, ya waladu. Then we have mu'arraf bil lam, the noun having alif lam. Then we have muzafil al-marifa. Muzafil al-marifa means a noun which is related to any of the ever mentioned definite noun like kitabu zaidin, Zaid's book, kitabu haza, this person's book, kitabu rajul, the man's book. Now, note in these examples the word kitabu has become different. I'm going to explain you this on the board inshallah, so don't worry about it. Besides the ever mentioned definite nouns, all other nouns are indefinite. They are also of several types. two of the main categories being ism zat, a word that denotes the being of a something living or non-living, like insanun, a man, farasun, a horse, hajarun, a stone. Then we have ismu sifat, a word that indicates the quality of something, hasanun, like beautiful, kabihun, ugly. So actually these two categories like ism zat and ism sifat is not specifically the types of nakera. In this book they simply mention that this is a type of nakera word, but understand a very important thing here. These two words categories ismu zat and ismu sifat are not exactly the type of nakera, yet they do have some possession as according to nakera, or some meaning like nakera, but they are not explicitly nakera. For example, the example they gave here is insanun, a man. If you put alif lam al insanu, then the same word becomes marefa. So how can this is a category of nakera? Category means when a word always exists in that place. You know, for example, when I tell you that the category of marefa, the types of marefa is alam, a name. So name will be always marefa, whether you put alif lam or tanween or not. But that's not the case here in the type of ism zat and ism sifat. They both can be either marefa and nakera in a different scenario. That's why it is not that much accurate to consider ism zat and ism sifat as a type of nakera. Instead, what I think the musannif, the writer, is trying to say here, or maybe in the translation it get lost or anything, because this book is actually not in English. This book is actually the translation of Urdu book, that is Arabi ka Muallim in Arabic. In Urdu language, there is a book called Arabi ka Muallim, from which this book is translated as an Arabic tutor. But again, the Urdu book Arabi ka Muallim is also not the original. That was also the translated book from one Arabic book, that is Tashilul Adab fi Lisanil Arab. So the actual name of this book is Tashilul Adab fi Lisanil Arab, from which the first the Urdu translation occurred, then the English translation, and then there are few more translation, I think. So maybe something lost in the translation. So here ism zat and ism sifat is about the origin, the existence of word. When you create a word, keeping in mind that this word is especially or specifically going to refer about a place, person, animal, or thing, that is ism zat. And when you create a word, keeping in mind that this word is only going to tell us about the attributes, the quality of being good and bad about a noun, that is ism sifat. For example, when I am saying beautiful, so beautiful is a word which is created whenever that word is created. That word created by keeping this in mind, that this word will tell us about the quality of something which looks good, right? So that is the definition of ism zat and ism sifat. So the ism zat and ism sifat is not comes under the category of marefa and nakera. Ism zat and ism sifat is like based on its creation purpose, like the word which created to tell us about the place, person, animal, or thing, that is ism zat. A word which tell us about the quality, that is ism sifat. Now let's come to the translation before going to the lesson 2. Sorry, come to the notes. So I will be explaining a few things from my own end. Okay. So Arabic tutor, lesson 1, words and its type. First we learn a meaningful word is kalima, and this kalima is of 3 types, that is ism, fail, harf. What is ism? Single independent word with no tense. What is fail? A single independent word with some action and tense. Harf, a word with no independent meaning and tense. Let's have a note. A word has action but no tense is ism. Then types of ism based on proper and common. One is a word having alif lam, like ar-rajulu, a specific man, al-qalamu, a specific pen, al-kitabu, a specific book. Then we have alam. Alam means name, like Zaidun is a name, Muhammadun is a name, Fatimatu, Zainabu. Then we have munada. Munada means when we call someone. For example, there are 10 students sitting in a class and I call someone, oh boy, come here. So the boy I'm calling is munada, and he is specific because I'm as compared to the rest of the 9 boys. So in Arabic language, ya is harfe nida, a particle used to call someone. And for example, if I'm adding ya on walad, like waladu, so here waladu is munada. Walad means boy, so waladu is munada. Then we have isme ishara. Isme ishara means ism used to point or indicate. With isme ishara, we use another term which is known as musharun ilayhi. Musharun ilayhi means a person or object being pointed or indicated by isme ishara. Like for example, when I point this book, so here the book is musharun ilayhi and this is isme ishara. Then we have a table, because musharun ilayhi can have a multiple state. For example, musharun ilayhi can be close to us, that is qareeb. It can be muzakkar or it can be muannas. Again, it can be wahid or tasniya or jama. Wahid muzakkar is haza, tasniya muzakkar is hazani, jama muzakkar is haulai. Wahid muannas is hazihi, tasniya muannas is hatani, and jama muannas is haulai. For example, I can say haza ar-rajulu, this one man, hazani ar-rajulani, these two men, and haulai an ar-rijalu, these all men. Then hazihi al-imratu, this one woman, hatani al-imraatani, these two women, haulai an-nisa'u, these all women. This is when the musharun ilayhi is close, qareeb. Then we have ba'id, when musharun ilayhi is far away from us. In Arabic language, for far musharun ilayhi, we have a different type of isme ishara. Zalika for wahid muzakkar, dhanika for tasniya muzakkar, ulaika for jama muzakkar. Tilka for wahid muannas, tanika for tasniya muannas, and ulaika for jama muannas. For example, I can say Zalika rajulu, that one man. Zanika rajulani, those two men. And ulaika rijalu, those all men. Then we have tilkal imratu, that one woman. Tanikal imraatani, those two women. And ulaika nisau, those all women. Then the fifth type of marifa is isme mausul. Isme mausul. Isme mausul is a word used to join other words together. So this is like a bridge. Isme mausul is acting as a bridge which simply just comes between two different words and join them together. So with isme mausul there is sila. Sila means a word joined by isme mausul. This again has a different state for muzakkar, muannas, wahid, tasniya and jama. But unlikely isme ishara, it doesn't have qarib or ba'id concept. Do not worry about their uses and explanation. There is a separate chapter for all these things, inshallah, which we will be learning in this book itself. So don't worry about it. For now, just remember their terms. Wahid muzakkar is allazi, tasniya muzakkar is allazani, jama muzakkar is allazina. Wahid muannas is allati, tasniya muannas is allatani, jama muannas is allati or allawati. For example, ar-rajulu allazi, the one man who. Ar-rajulani allazani, the two men who. And ar-rijalu allazina, the all men who. Then al-imra'atu allati, one woman, she. Allatani, al-imra'atani allatani, the two women who. And then an-nisa'u allati, all women who. Then the sixth type of marifa is zamir, a word used in place of alam. Then with zamir there is marja. What is marja? Marja for which the zamir is used. For example, if I am using huwa zamir for Zaid, okay, so here Zaid will become marja. Marja means returning to or referring to, and huwa here is zamir. There are total 14 zamir which I'm going to write here in the sequence order. Huwa means one man, huma means two men, hum means all men, hiya means one woman, huma means two women, hunna means all women, anta means you one man, antuma means you two men, or antum means you all men, anti you one woman, antuma you two women, antunna you all women, ana means I, nahnu means we all. And the seventh part of marifa is muzaf ilal Marifa. What is mudaf ila al-marifa? When the easiest way to remember this is when muzaf is ilay, when muzaf ilayhi is marifa, its muzaf becomes marifa. For example, when you are saying book, here it can be any book, but when you are saying Zad's book, book of Zad, this means we are talking about a book which especially belong to Zad. So it means we are not talking about any general book. So here the muzaf ilay Zad was marifa, and when we related that book with the muzaf ilay Zad marifa, the book also become marifa. Like book of Zad, here book is marifa because of Zad. Then comes to the types of ism based on its meaning. One is isme zat. Isme zat, this word created to tell the noun. Then we have isme sifat. This word created to tell the attributes. That's it. That was the whole summary of this chapter. Inshallah, in the next class, we will be learning about the chapter 2. Inshallah. Assalamu-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.